Hey everyone and welcome back to yet another Just Cause 4 video. Today we'll go over the new 20-minute presentation from Gamescom, which was recently uploaded to the official Just Cause channel. In that video we get another healthy dose of information regarding the game, we see official grapple customization, rebel drops, new vehicles and more new features. But before we begin, massive shout out to Instant Gaming for sponsoring this video. If you guys are looking to pre-order Just Cause 4, you can get it for 33% off on their website, which is pretty goddamn good. Follow the link in the description to pre-order Just Cause 4 or any other games that tickle your fancy. Anyway, let's begin. For the most part, we will go over this video in chronological order. With that being said, let's begin with this first shot. First of all, the game is looking stunning. The graphics and the draw distance is truly spectacular. You can see so much detail far away from the player, it's absolutely mind-blowing. From most of the gameplay we've seen, it's fair to say that the game looks very well optimized too, which will make a lot of players very happy, because as we remember, Just Cause 3 was not the most optimized game, especially on console, so it's good to see that they're putting a bit more emphasis on optimization. The map seems to be populated with points of interest, which makes it look much more interesting than Just Cause 3 in my opinion. Also in this shot, we can see the wing gun and the new smart rifle on Rico's back. Both of those weapons look really cool. As I said, the draw distance in the game is absolutely insane. With that being said, you can really see it here with the distant weather. You can spot it across the map, which is really cool as you can always find points of interest to go towards and keep yourself entertained at all times. The big part of the presentation was the new rebel drop system. Finally, they are redesigning it so it's gonna be much better this time around. The way you obtain vehicles is pretty similar to the previous game. You have to complete tasks and liberate bases in order to unlock more vehicles. My hope is that you can see when you click on the base on the map menu what type of vehicle you'll be rewarded with before you go chasing after it across the map. One major change to the rebel drop system is finally the ability to precisely position the vehicle. You can see the preview of the container which will spawn the vehicle, and you've got the ability to finally rotate the drop, and also a neat little touch is the little arrow at the bottom showing you which way the vehicle is gonna be facing. Previously it was relative to where the player was looking, so it didn't work the best, so finally we've got full precise control of the rebel drop. It's gonna make some crazy stunts much easier and less frustrating to set up. As you guys can see from this screenshot, this is what the rebel drop screen will look like. Rebel drops this time around will have a little bit of a backstory. It looks like all the vehicles will now be manufactured by the Chaos Army, which is the army you will gather as Rico, using factories liberated by Rico himself. Another cool little detail is that the rebel drops will now be delivered by actual cargo planes as opposed to tiny attack jets, which didn't make much sense in my opinion. So it's kind of cool to see that they're bringing a little bit more backstory that actually makes sense. You know, you're building up an army, you're building up an infrastructure by liberating all of these factories, and you're using them. You're taking them away from the Black Hand and you're using them yourself to manufacture some new weapons, some new vehicles and all that cool stuff. So it's really cool to see. I can't wait to dive more into the story of Just Cause 4. This time around, Solis will be populated with plenty of side activities. On the top left of the screen, you can spot little icons of all the missions in the area. So these appear to be pretty dynamic. If you adventure into a brand new area, it's basically gonna keep showing you new little side objectives for you to check out. I assume you're gonna be able to pinpoint them more precisely using AR vision, which is gonna be very useful. But it's cool to see that these activities will range from side missions for different characters. We will have challenges, stunts, and more. The bombing now has a sweet looking new camera system which will track the bombs as they fall through the sky, making the game a lot more cinematic and easier to tell if you're actually hitting your target. Driving has been significantly improved. I think a lot of people are going to be happy about this one. The driving will feel different depending on what biome you find yourself in. This is really good to see that they're really putting more emphasis on driving mechanics this time around. We all know that Just Cause 3 driving was far from perfect, so hopefully this time around we'll have solid driving mechanics in the game, which will make for a much more enjoyable experience. I mean, it just makes sense as the map is so big that the players will find themselves in vehicles for the most part, so you wouldn't want to make make it a chore for the player to get from point A to point B. A couple of little side notes from the presentations are that the grapple customization will have over 4 million different combinations, which really blows my mind. No two grapple customizations are going to be the same, so the possibilities are truly limitless in the game. I mean, I can just imagine some of the crazy different combinations that the players will constantly discover, which will drastically change the game. So if you go over to your friend's house, he's probably going to have a completely different setup to you, so it's going to be interesting kind of comparing notes and seeing what works the best. Another cool little thing is the antenna catapult. It's just a cool little touch the developers have put into the game, so we can finally live out our fantasies of besieging bases using a catapult. I mean, imagine bringing this to a front line and just launching barrows at your enemy. I think it's gonna be a ton of fun. But anyway guys, that is gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, if you want to pre-order Just Cause 4 or buy some cheap games, check out the link in the description. It helps out the channel, so I would really appreciate it. If you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like on it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel for plenty more Just Cause 4 content. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're gonna have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys next time. Take care, goodbye. Bye.